Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Darius. He's on the laptop. Say hi, Darius.
Hello, America.
No, I'm not even going to go there with you. Anyways, we're going to do some Reddit stories from the funny story section. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So the first one's short and kind of stupid. So the title said, smoked a joint and wasted a 30-minute walk. And this is why you don't do drugs, kids. You ready?
Yeah.
I got high for the first time. I put 60 cents in my pocket, walked 30 minutes to buy an Arizona tea. It cost $1. Pulled out the 60 cents, thought it was $1 because 60 seconds makes 1 minute. So my high ass at the time thought 60 cents makes $1. Any words?
Just idiocracy.
Also the comment, the person says, I was high and wanted a light for a cigarette, so I asked this guy standing close by. He gave me the light, and when I gave it back, he said thank you to me. I said, no problem, man, anytime. Took a few steps away, and we both burst out laughing. Another time, someone said they think they knew me from somewhere. I said, nah, I'm just high. I swear weed makes you unintentionally hilarious. Oh, this one's even funnier. Another person, this is in the comment section. One person commented, LOL, my first time I got high with a friend, I ran into my mom at Burgerville, 20 miles away from where we lived. Needless to say, she was pissed off. I couldn't stop laughing on the ride home. And this is why you don't do drugs. Ready for the second story? Ready for the second one?
Yes.
So it's called The Time I Farted Out My Entire Class. We all know that one person who would fart in class and then deny it. Right?
Sadly, that's true.
So, this one's dedicated to those people. It goes. Normally I'm posting past stories about my evil mother and formerly entitled sister, but after doing that for so long, it's starting to burn me out. So I thought I'd tell a funny story from my past for a change. Back when I was a teenager, some foods gave me really bad gas, especially spicy food. Okay, you know what? Let me stop there. All spicy food makes everyone shit themselves. You telling me you haven't taken a shit? You're sitting there telling me you hadn't taken a shit after eating something spicy?
Not really.
Okay, liar. Continuing. Spicy foods. It also didn't help that I really like certain spicy foods. Well, this was back when I was 17 and driving my first car to school. I think it was a Monday because I remember it as being the first day of school for the week. The night before, I had dined on some pizza covered with hot peppers, and I had eggs for breakfast. Didn't help, I also liked energy drinks back then too. I guess all of that combined in my gut made me a walking bomb waiting to go off. I was one of the afternoon periods, either the last or second to last period of the day. I think it was English class. The teacher there was a cranky old man in his 60s who wasn't fond of me, though he didn't do anything like singling me out or marking my scores lower. He just didn't like me. Fair enough, because I didn't like him either. Nobody actually seemed to like him, though. As a teacher, he was good at his job, but he was pretty gruff. A lot of us joked that he was just waiting to retire. Most older men and women who are older and being a teacher, they're usually waiting until their retirement. Continuing. Goes on to say, well, we were in the middle of silent reading and the class was dead quiet. So when I suddenly farted, it was pretty loud and may as well have echoed since before it was quiet enough to hear a pin drop. Right after I'd rip ass, everyone in the room turned to look at me all at once. The students closest to me started gagging. I don't know. when we would finish this, gagging and getting up from their desks. And then the smell worked its way to the teacher. It gets better. He started coughing and saying his eyes were watering before running over to the windows to open them. I was really embarrassed and just wanted to be invisible, so I raised my hand and asked if I could be excused to the bathroom. The teacher just pointed without even looking at me because his head was out the window and said, "Go." I asked for a hall pass since one was recorded, and he had to go back to his desk to get one for me while holding his breath because he was so anal that he kept them in a locked drawer. And it didn't help that right as I got up, I ripped another one. I can remember someone near me say, "Oh." The person, "Oh, come on." The teacher threw me the hall pass and told me not to come back until my ass was empty before running back to the window. I'm not even done yet. As I headed to the bathroom, I let out a couple more rancid farts in the hall, and one of them I ripped ass while walking by a classroom with an open door. Still don't know what the reaction was, but I hope they closed the door fast. I went to the bathroom and stank it up. A couple of guys walked in to take a leak while I was in the stall and left as soon as they could because of the smell. By the time I came back, the class was nearly over. I got a lot of dirty looks, but after class, a lot of other students came to me and said it was the funniest thing they'd seen in a while, because after I left, the teacher refused to come away from the window until the smell in the room died down. When school was over, I got into my car to go to my part-time job working for my dad. When I farted again, being in a closed car with my own gas made me gag, and my eyes were burning like I just cut into some fresh onions. I had to roll down all of the windows and drive to work that way. I warned my dad about my gas, and he told me if I even felt like a fart was coming to just run outside. He was well aware of how bad my gas could be. I did end up having to run outside a couple of times. One of the employees was outside on break and around back of the building and smoking a cigarette when I ran outside and ripped ass. He was downwind out of it too. But he just laughed and said, "Damn boy, did something crawl in your ass and die?" I could only look awkward and say it was the spicy food I'd eaten the night before. He just kept laughing though and said he was a county boy and he and his brothers did that sort of thing all the time as kids. This wasn't the only day I had this kind of gas, but I earned the nickname the farter for a few months. It's one of the times that sticks out in my memory the most. And sometimes I do laugh when thinking about what it would be like if my mother had been there too. My farts were the bane of her if she happened to be nearby when I had gas like that. Though, admittedly, I think one of the reasons I liked spicy food so much then was because she hated them. So the reason why I kept laughing is because I could see this happening.
I can relate to it.
I think we can all relate to it. But, I could see the teacher sticking his head out of the window of the classroom.
I can see everybody's fucking reaction to him shitting. That's what I can. That's what I see.
If y'all don't know, fart jokes make me laugh, and I don't know why. I guess it's because people can relate to it the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why I find that shit funny. Let's go to the comments. So someone posted, "That happened to me before, and it was a stairwell that I did that in at school. The smell was so bad they had half the school outside for the rest of the day because they couldn't stand the smell. And I think it was one of the best things because nobody had to do anything after that, and it was a Friday, so a long weekend with that happening." OP said, oh, well, my farts were pretty bad, but I didn't clear out of school. Person commented, I think it's bullshit, but still kind of funny. The guy who commented said, yeah, the school I went to was very small and all the hallways connected to the stairwells, and there were no windows in the stairwells, so it just lingered. OP said, my high school is an older building, so they had those old iron frame windows all over the building. In summer, it'd get pretty hot, so they were always opening them. OP also then commented off of, I'll read the comment. So someone said, holy shit, an old story from my school days makes more sense now. Everyone suspected that several stink bombs were let off, but even after interrogating the known troublemakers, the school found no evidence of stink bombs, so they never figured it out. Some poor kid was probably having the worst case of gas in their entire life at school. They got away with it because everyone suspected it was a stink bomb. It was just that bad. OP commented, someone set off a couple of stink bombs when I was in school. One in middle school was set off on the morning bus. The other was in a hallway. Both times they found the one responsible, though. Again, there's so many people who have had stories similar to OP, but of someone else or of themselves. So let's move on to another short, funny story. And again, don't do drugs. It's about weed again. Ready for the title?
Yes.
Is this a kid joke I'm missing out on? Okay, so it goes, is this a kid joke I'm missing out on? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Short, dumb, and I guess funny story. I did smoke half a joint after work, but otherwise I was hanging out in the kitchen with my 13-year-old son, preparing dinner across the house. My wife spied me starting to run a tap so I could rinse my knife while scaling a salmon. She called out, I don't think you're supposed to put salmon underwater. I didn't really reply to her, but at a low volume said to myself, it's a goddamn fish, Kate. My son nearly inhaled a strawberry and fell over laughing on the couch. My wife thinks it's stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either, but...
Let me reread it. Hold up. I'm going to now sit here, and you're going to sit with me for me to figure this out. I did smoke half a joint after work, but otherwise I was hanging out in the kitchen with my 13-year-old son, preparing dinner. Across the house, my wife spied... I don't know why they use the word spied. I think he's trying to say my wife watched me starting to run a tap, like under the tap water, so I could rinse my knife while scaling a salmon. She called out, I don't think you're supposed to put salmon underwater. I didn't really reply to her, but at a low volume said to myself, it's a goddamn fish, Kate. My son nearly inhaled a strawberry and fell over laughing on the couch. My wife thinks it's stupid. I don't get it.
I have a theory, but I don't know if it's right.
Someone said nope, but definitely a dad joke. I giggled. What's your theory?
So, what I think what she means by I don't think you could put salmon underwater. I think what he's trying to be. He's trying to be that little smart ass, like it's a goddamn fish, like it's supposed to go underwater. But I think in her sense, she was saying, to clean it, you don't put it underwater. You just have water just run on it.
Maybe. I don't get it. But again, don't get high. Any other words besides don't do drugs?
Just be smart.
Be smart, don't do drugs. Okay, see y'all in the next video. Bye. No, I'm kidding. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like or a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the bell notification. And I'll see y'all in the next video.